Hello, everyone. My name is Susannah Campora. I'm the founder and creator of Real Life Book Club and the Real Life Socials. I'm here today with Tiffany Josephs, who is one of my favorite women in the whole wide world. And she and she is here today because I really want to share her with everyone. And I'm so honored to have
Mm.
her partner with my company and our events that we have every 2 months here in Denver, the Real Life Socials that bring in up to 60 women. It truly has been a delight to share Tiffany there at the events and now to explore all the possibilities that she has to offer for my community and so many women around the world. Thank you, Tiffany, for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, it's lovely to have you. And I know that you had said that you are ready to jump into the interview, although you're feeling a little tired. And why is that?
Besides the fact that we do a million things a day
Yeah.
as Wonder Women, besides that fact, I got a new puppy last night.
Oh,
And
congratulations. Love
yeah, thank you.
kind of
It stirred up old stuff because I
oh,
started remembering about having babies in the house and how you never, the long period of no sleep. And I thought, oh, I'm not ready for this.
that's a good reminder, I'm sure. Oh my goodness, the sacrifices that we make. And you have two real babies too, right?
I have two kids. I have a son who is 9, and I have a daughter who turns 7 in a couple of weeks,
Oh, love
which
that.
is like the best age. And then, yeah, and then I have another dog. So now it's like having 4 kids.
Oh my goodness. You have a full plate and you already do so much in your world with your work, which is a very, very special way that you serve women. Would love to hear
Mhm.
more about your company and in addition to mommy life and messy life, which you so lovingly share with the world. You don't hold back, but you're also so graceful still all the time. I don't know how you do it. But
I wear lots of red
red lipstick too. You
and
do,
hat days.
yes. Love it. I love your style, Tiffany. It's something that I really actually look up to you about. When I'm thinking about how messy life can be, I'm like, I can still be glamorous. I can rock this mommy thing out and this business life and still feel good, and feel feminine. I just feel like you do that really well. So share with everyone now because I know what you do, but yeah, share your work and your passions with the world here today.
Mhm. Well, I have a lot of passions,
Yes.
and they're changing. It feels like every day. Um, but the way that I'm choosing to bring it forth right now and this stage of my life, I turned 36 the first of the year on January 1st. And I have mixed feelings about getting older. Now, for anybody that's listening and you're like 55, going on 60, whatever, I just want to remind every woman what it feels like once you pass that marker of being 35.
Yeah.
It's like there's a sense of, oh my God, it it's really happening. Like age is a real thing. Your body starts to feel older, your mind starts to feel a little older, and things don't work as easily. And I don't know if that's something, you know, physically or energetically, but I do feel like my personal relationship with mastery and with growth has taken on this whole new level, like PhD, level
Hmm.
this year in particular. And so I'm very aware of how I feel in every moment. And I'm very aware of the purity of how I am moving in the world. And so when I first started my business, I'll say about 4 years ago, I had all these ideas and I was so excited to put things into a structure. I was so excited to have a creative business that was unlike what I did before, which was working in DC, and I was consulting for government clients in this sort of business. And it was very driven work, very serious work. And I wanted to expand, my creative powers in a very different way. And so I started this online business. And at the time, 4 years ago, this was really, I mean, we had Facebook, we had social media, we had connections, networking. Things were really getting cooking on the online front. And so I was overwhelmed by all that I had available. And I literally jumped into everything. It was like, oh my God, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do brand development, and I'm going to do retreats, and I'm going to do, and it was just like mile wide. And then so I tried a lot of things on. I tried a lot of things on, and they were amazing. And I'm grateful for every single experience of these 4 years. And that mastery piece is coming in now, because when I say mastery, what I mean by that is it's like the universe is saying, you have to do this. So the past 4 years have been so much about expansion.
Yes.
And about literally seeing the world through entirely different eyes, resurrecting my paradigms, and allowing myself to be completely transformed and to go as deep as I wanted and needed to go. And so now it's this action, and this feels like going through it's very, very hard for me. Because I do have a lot of feminine energy, and I would rather just, I think we were talking about this a few days ago at something where we're like, I'd rather just float through life. My lifestyle brand is called Magic Carpet Life.
Yes. Yes.
And so that's me. Like, let's just go on a magic carpet. Okay. Let's just go on top of those valleys. Let's not go down in them. I'd rather be flying.
Just swoop down, but but just keep going, flying around. Yeah, be playful with it.
Yes, and I think that all those things are possible, and all those things are necessary with the new rules on this planet right now. But to have fun with our growth. But for me right now, it is more about what got me here won't get me there, and whatever there is, there used to haunt me. I used to wake up with there. I used to go to sleep with there.
You mean like the end goal, or your mission, your focus?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. How we imagine ourselves as successful women, as masters of our craft, as whatever that looked like, and all the things like when I get here, when I get at that point, and when I get at that point, and when I get at that point.
Would you call the old paradigm of how we think we should be, or what a successful woman is or does?
Yeah, I think that I've done a lot of exploring that question, because I am an ambitious woman. I love ambition. I love the process. I love the creative process, but I love how it goes from, seedling, the idea, to, feeling it out and taking action, and then seeing it come into full fruition. I love, as a woman, I think we know this. We know what that feels like. It's inside of us to want that, to grow things. But more than ambition, I think it's the new way, this new superpower that's available to us really is more about the here.
The here
it's
and
about it's about the embodiment. It's about being tired today, and
being okay with that.
Yeah, and being frustrated about that, like
real.
Yes, needing to go and do stuff today, and it still needs to happen, and having an extra couple cups of coffee, you know, if needed, and just being there fully. And so that's what I mean. I think when it's like the pursuit of there is an illusion. It creates the sense that the world's coming out from underneath you. It creates the sense of looking at how everything else is unfolding for everybody else, which is so easy to do right now. I mean, we know what's going on with 100,000 women in one moment. You know, you can scroll with this button, you know, you can scroll down and you can know where people are at in their business, what they're launching, and you can subtly identify yourself with that and think, oh, I love those. I love how she's doing that. Or, oh my God, I know I need to do that program. Or, oh my God, another person signed up for that. And we just have all this stuff. We're over-resourced.
Yeah.
And so it does make it more maddening for somebody, again, okay, so speaking to myself is speaking to my own magnetic energy. I get very distracted by shiny things and not just distracted, like I fall in love with things. I'm like, oh my God, I love that. Yeah. I love those roses in the dollar bin. They'll be mine, you know. I love this new butterscotch flavor in my coffee. I love that new thing that person is doing. Maybe I need to implement that in my life. And so you know, there's a lot of things to keep me outside of that experience of embodiment. And this thing of mastery, it is the thing. It is the holy grail.
What is mastery to you, Tiffany? What is behind that? Because I've heard you say that before. I'm curious.
Yeah, I think it's like a lover to me. I'm constantly feeling it out and learning more about it, because mastery to me is my destiny work. It's my experience of mastery really is bringing the beauty that's inside of me, the beauty of my inner realm, into my outer.
Wow, so beautiful. Is this something that you help women do as well with your magic carpet life?
Yes. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Because I think that's what mastery.
Brand. It sounds like you're practicing embodying your own brand.
Yeah, that's what makes it pure.
Yes. It sure does. Yes.
That's important to me because that's how I feel expressed in it. That's how I feel powerful in it, is when it's coming. And I experiment. You know, I love working with the stars, and I love working with the moon, especially. And as a woman, I love creating these feminine tools for people to explore their mastery. And so I love doing that. Although what I've been finding is that it can get really heady. You know, like if you ever...
What is that all about?
Well, we want to understand. You know, we want to first of all, something like studying the stars or understanding your own soul purpose through something like astrology is so incredibly complex. And I think that there's a feeling that, and I think sometimes something like with astrology it sort of pokes at that part in us that says there's so much more to know. Yeah. It pokes in that part of there, you know, the idea of when I have full knowledge of myself, you know, and it's like we're not comfortable with the mystery. We're not comfortable with not knowing.
The process
I want to know
that we love so much too. It's just the enjoyment of the unfolding. Or I mean, we get frustrated by it too, but we find a lot of pleasure in it, I think.
Yeah, For sure. And so you're right. And so there's the pursuit of pleasure in it too. I mean, I know in my experience, good God, like I've spent years finding out and understanding blueprint of who I am. And, but that's my personal practice. And so bringing women into that space and introducing women to some of that cosmic blueprint for them is incredibly deep work. And I love it. I love it. Although what I'm really desiring right now, because of this process, is to, for my own business, to create more experiential products, because I love to create. I live to create. I do all of my own stuff at this point, at this stage, and I love that part. I do,
Good.
but I know that that's
about it too. It's beautiful.
Yes. Yes. But it does. It takes up a lot of energy, and I'm very aware right now of how much energy is going out for me, and that's not all the time sustainable as much as I'd like to think, especially not with new puppies.
Yeah. What are you gonna say no to? What are you gonna say yes to?
No. Well, the new puppy was my husband's present for himself. His birthday's today.
Oh, happy birthday to him. That's wonderful.
Birthday. He's on the cusp of 40, so men do things like buy cars and dogs before 40.
Oh, that's so fun. Yeah, so I mean you are in creative mode. It sounds like you really enjoy it though. It sounds like it's something that's very authentic for you.
Yeah, I think we're all experiencing different means, different ways for our own renaissance. It's like there's this beautiful renaissance inside of us, and I see it in women like you and in women that are on this growth path, and it's like standing in awe of one another, standing in awe, finding each other, supporting one another is such a gift, because that there's just more we can do. There's more that we can do connected than separate and in our own little like think tanks in business.
That's beautiful that you bring that up, Tiffany, because one of my questions that I had for you today is, I know you had moved here to Denver really looking for your community of women, and you really have found it, and you've entrenched yourself in just amazing women, surrounding yourself, one of those being the real life social. So why are you just filling your life up with all of us? I know you said that there's more to do. We can do more together and helping each other. What does that mean to you?
Well, a lot of things. I really believe with every cell of my being that we are here for a party, that we are here for to celebrate one another. And is my video working? It looks like it went black.
It's working on my end.
Okay, good. I just saw the black thing, and I was like, before I talk about the party, let me make sure you can still hear me. Yeah, I mean, I think that there's a sense of, we're coming out of our own. It's like the visual of, we all have our forest times. We have our time where we go within, whether it's a forest or a cave or whatever does it for us. And we're doing that work. We're aligning, we're shedding, we're having our dark nights of the soul, and going through the releasing that needs to happen. And when that moment comes, when we start to see the sliver of light and we start to sort of remember our purpose to be out and, in service to one another, and it's like, it's frightening because for me, I'll speak to me personally. I've spent most of my life wondering, does anybody think the things that I do? Like, is anybody going to get this? If I start talking, if I start speaking, and if I start writing the things that go down in my inner world and start putting it out there, whatever, we all have our own experience. Like, I'll lose love. People won't like me. I'll feel shame. I'll feel whatever. I'll feel disappointment. And once we get past that fear, and then we start seeing, like, there's all these other people that are standing there, and they're coming out of their caves, and they're coming out of their deep, dark woods, and they're holding these little flames, like fragile flames, like, and they're all asking the same question, And then we start seeing each other, and we start remembering each other, and we start, fulfilling these, whether they're contracts or whether they're just a desire to support and to make each other bigger. This is what's happening. And this is why I think in this time right now, in this era, this Renaissance, it is more of an experience of a party and a celebration and a culmination of all the places that we've been, and all of the beauty that we are, and all the places that we're going. It's this circular experience of time.
Ooh, that's so beautiful. And it's when you were explaining the vision of, we each have our own little light in this darkness. We feel like we're surrounded by darkness, but then we start seeing each other's lights. It's like the flames get bigger, and the fires get bigger, and things start to become more light than darkness. And part of that is that we all just keep showing up in our own vulnerabilities and sharing our light, and then we give permission to others to do the same. And it just grows and grows. I've seen that so much with women in our community, Tiffany, and it's lights like you who are so big and always expressing your beautiful self, stepping into that vulnerability, having the courage to just be your true self. It takes a lot, but the fruits are beyond beautiful. I mean, what would you say are the fruits that you've experienced in your life and in your work because you keep being a light in the world?
There's an experience of certainly love, of course.
Yes.
When you see those other flames and you see that there is an absolute, really a union with each other in this, it's like my purpose becomes your purpose and our purpose together, which is to show everybody else their lights. And I had this vision as you were talking, which, by the way, I love that we're talking about fire and you have these flames behind you.
I know, I was thinking the same thing. It worked out.
It's beautiful. But there's this, it's like we come out, we emerge from our cocoons, we emerge from our places of growth, and we're holding these lights and we're singing by ourselves the Sunday school song, this little light of mine. And we're kind of like looking around, I'm gonna let it shine. And then we start seeing other people, and then it just becomes a full-blown gospel choir. And my fruits, my experience of that fruit is hearing people sing back at me. It's hearing this person do that, and it's hearing the sound grow. One of my favorite things in the world, two favorite things are gospel choirs and parades. And somehow I'm going to find out a way to combine those two things together. The closest thing.
Those are two of your favorite things, because I'm pretty sure you have a long list.
I do. For the sake of our illustration, in the woods with the flame, with the candle, the closest thing I've seen to it is the Macklemore video of Downtown, where it's just this eccentric explosion of, funk and parades and gospel sounding things. And I literally am enamored when I watch that, because I think, I mean, it's playful and it's silly, and it has those
videos for you then. I'll send you a couple music videos if you like.
Yes,
Yeah.
parades and gospel choirs. But there is a sensation of that when we're joining in this song, and that you get to have yours and I get to have mine. You know, you get to have your frequency, I get to have my frequency. This person has, there's room for all of us, and not just room for all of us. There's a reserved space for all of us in this party. You know,
we all function. We all have our own special calling that adds to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, so exactly.
It doesn't take away from any of the other flames, and we all need each other. So beautiful. Like the values that I have, the collaboration, connection, community. You know, this is exactly why we're partners, is because we share the values. Maybe different words, but the underlying energy is very much real, very much connected and in alignment with each other. It's so beautiful. Oh, I love it so much. Your new offerings, are you still open for launching for the Magic Carpet Ride?
I closed the doors a few days ago, but I'm doing the next launch on April 7th.
Awesome. Yes. So definitely mark your calendars for that. And that program is how long? And can you share a little bit more about it?
Yeah. Live Your Magic is the name of the program, and it's an ecstatic life design experience. It's a little medley of private work and group work, and then it culminates at a destination retreat, which, you know, is just a bonus. Not everybody that's in the program comes and flies out. This one will be in Santa Barbara. So there's one in May in Santa Barbara. There's one in September in Santa Barbara. And then I'll probably do some more beachside stuff, because I find that the ocean is the most perfect muse for women, for magical women.
It calls to me every day. And
yes. Especially living here.
Oh, yes. I know the ocean really balances out the mountains and the city life. It's very important. Oh my gosh. I would love to join you for that. We'll have to talk about that, because, yeah, Mama needs to spend some more time with Tiffany on a beach. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, magic carpet riding over the cliffside.
Yes.
It's exciting. So the Live Your Magic program, I wish there are more appropriate words for it, but sometimes you just have to say program, because it's a container for some really beautiful soul discovery. And but it's really for women who are able to go there. It's women who feel the vibration of party, in the sense of
pain involved in this.
Yes. Okay. You know, more like a little prick. No, it's with any kind of growth, with any kind of discovery, you look at it, and I've created this whole destiny work. It's called Destiny Finder, and it's 12 different types based on the zodiac. So at the time you were born, your soul had a plan. It had a purpose, a destiny, and it decided how all of it was going to, what it needed to come equipped with. And so I've taken those nodes, I've taken those 12 different, I look at them as archetypes.
Oh, they're beautiful too. I wanted to be all 12 of them, because
you are
beautiful. That's true, actually. Yes, I'm sure at some level we are.
That is what's so beautiful about it. Now, you will have different tendencies towards your star. And so your soul is going to call to you into different, to shine your light and to, heal from the different things that are there to heal, because it's about what you're here to heal and what you're here to grow and to teach and to master. And so there's always these things. But yeah, I mean, when you look at that, that's the beauty of it. And that's the complexity of it too.
Yes.
Is this is lifelong work. So the program might be, 2 months long, 6 weeks, 8 weeks long, but it's lifelong work. And so I have to really surrender to that, because obviously when you bring women in and you want to inspire and to teach, it's overwhelming, because there's so many different places to go and elements and things to pack in. But I love what has helped me in that is to really embrace myself as an initiator, as that one that's knocking on the door, or handing you the key, and from there, showing you the treasure map, and then you got it from there.
Oh, how fun.
And I think that's what mentors do.
Yes, you're a very valuable part of the process, and you ignite them. You're like the light, and you remind other women you're the light, and this is the type of light you are in the world, and what your path could be, and where you could start exploring and playing. And I love that you bring in the word party, because it is a difficult path sometimes, becoming our authentic selves and really embracing our authentic callings. I mean, we do so much of that work in Real Life Book Club in a totally different way, but I think that there's so many women who are willing and open to diving in, and it does feel scary. It does feel difficult to look at those places where we need to heal, look at the places where we're called to be happy and called to be ourselves and show up bigger and brighter. I mean, that can be sometimes just as scary as looking at the past or our pain. Yes. And so I love that you bring in so much like beauty and design and the party theme and so much femininity to soften up the deep soul work that we do women. I absolutely love what you're doing, Tiffany. I'm just honored to share you all the time. Every social you get to lead the grounding, and you spend 5 to 10 minutes with us, and it's juicy. I just want to eat it up. And I know for me, I'll be following you. You've already ignited me just by being in my life and being a colleague of mine. But I will follow you for my whole life, because I do see that it's a discovery process, and there will be times where I need a little Tiffany for that, and come out and just keep exploring and writing it together, writing the waves. Amazing. Isn't that fun?
Absolutely.
I love what you're doing. I want to dive more into my particular archetype too, so I know that's part of your program. So for anyone that wants to discover their own archetype, I went through just a little virtual process of beautiful things that Tiffany created, and I was so astounded. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so juicy and beautiful, and she created this. I mean, you are so incredibly gifted, and it was a true pleasure to go through the process of discovering my archetype, and really made me feel special. Very, very much. It's a good experience.
Yeah, it requires an open mind, like with everything that we, look into when we're finding truths about ourselves. It requires an open mind, but it is a whole new way, and it's a fun way. It's a fresh way.
Yeah, it's a word. Beautiful. Tiffany, how can people find you? So I know there's probably women who are listening who want to know their archetype. They want to know about Santa Barbara and how to get on the beach with you. So where can they find more information about what you do? Where can they follow you? We are going to actually have this down below the video in the description section. But is there anything else we have to know?
Well, you could go to tiffanyjosephs.com, which is my website, of course, and you can take the Destiny Finder tool. You can just go up on the nav bar and you'll see Find Your Destiny. So take that. It's totally free. it's a 3-day discovery series. So you don't just get your magic formula guide, but you'll get 3 more consecutive days of discovery so that you can dig into the deeper layers of the framework that I provide. And then you can also go to magiccarpetlife.com where you can read about my program and you can sign up to get more information for when I launch again April 7th.
Yay, definitely look that up. April 7th, it's right around the corner, just a month away about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's awesome. Anything else? Is there anything that you want women to know right now? Maybe something that you feel like they need to hear, or they're desiring to hear?
Besides the fact that you're already there.
Wow.
That there is here.
How much okay, so how do we practice believing that we're already here?
Yeah. Isn't that the golden question?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that my philosophy, if I could call it that, my own pattern that I want to follow is that the spirituality is deep, but it doesn't have to be heavy. And so I think that the name of the game right now for us, because we have so many options available, is discernment. So to pay attention in our body when we're in a space, when we're with a teacher, when we're with a material, to pay attention in our body, what is happening with the exchange? You know, does it feel heavy? And I always say, if it feels heavy, then just turn around and walk away, because that's the old. The heavy is the old. The old wineskins, the old way of doing things. There is a lightness available to us now, and I use the word party. And I don't use that word with like, yay, girlfriend party, like sip champagne and, talk about Sex in the City all the time. I mean, that is a very cool part of it, but I'm talking about, soul discovery doesn't have to be heavy. The experience, for sure. I mean, there are days when I'm like today, it does not feel like a party, This is not a party day for me.
Coffee, like glued to your lips, right?
Yeah. But the overarching thing is my life, it's deep and I'm processing it, but I gave up heavy. And I'm always aware of that when I'm out because we're always being invited. We're always being invited to new places, new people, new spaces,
I think all the choices you had mentioned earlier in this interview, it's like women can be so overwhelmed with choices all the time because we do get to create our own lives. And we are online and we are more connected virtually, so it can be really overwhelming. So I love that you're bringing that up. It's like, choose light. It's like, what is the decision, the choice that feels lighter for you?
Wow. Yes. And we're not going to miss out on anything.
Yeah. Oh, that's a big fear. Yeah, you totally nailed that one.
You won't miss out. It's okay. Like, I have to tell that's
have to do it all at the same time perfectly right now. No.
Exactly. So thank you. Thanks for asking that. I wouldn't have reminded myself of that.
Well, you're brilliant, Tiffany, and you always have wonderful, wisdom to share all the time, and it just flows through you. So I'm glad I was able to prompt you for something more with us. I love that.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, I'm just honored to have you and to have shared this time with you again. I know we did the real life sessions earlier this week, about a week ago, was it?
And time is circular. We don't know.
Yes, I'm letting go of time a little bit more, interestingly enough. It could be that I'm 35 now, so it could be getting older, not caring as much. I don't know, but it was such a lovely time spending, just hearing your story, hearing your authentic story, and I'm looking forward to sharing more of you. Check out Tiffany's website. Check out her. Are you making videos? I hope you're making videos because you're so wonderful on video.
Mm-hmm. It's all part of that plan.
Well, maybe we could do more videos together. That would be awesome. This is one for you for your new venture into video land.
The archive.
Yeah, it's fun. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, I feel complete. This has been beautiful.
Yay! It is beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you for partnering with us and supporting what we're doing in the world and my little corner of Denver and online. And it's just lovely to have your energy, just that feminine, oozing, juicy energy that I know for me I craved for years. Got out of survival mode, and I'm never going back. I'm never going back to heavy. I do have to say I'm practicing lightness, and part of me practicing lightness is figuring out how to get more Tiffany in my life. Seriously, you're a great reminder, and you are fulfilling your purpose in the world because you do remind me to be light, to access the party, and it doesn't have to be so hard. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, you're
I'm
welcome.
coming over to your clubhouse where the fire is.
I know, it's so lovely, and there's some snow outside, and the acoustics are great. Tiffany, you'll love this. I've been accessing more of my stardom, I would say, and just more of my passions, and the acoustics are so good in here, and there's no one ever in here, and so I have been singing, and I've been recording myself on video.
Oh my God, I love that. I do that all the time. Like, and elevators are another good place to do that.
Isn't it fun? Yeah.
Oh, so we'll get a gospel choir going, stat.
Yes, I'll send you music videos too. Let's have a music video party in the middle of the day. Let's do it.
I love that.
This is what we
perfect.
do. This is our work.
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing?
So everybody who's listening, meet us, follow us online, and we'll tell you when and where.
Yes, parties galore with us for sure. All right, looking forward to more, Tiffany. Have a beautiful day. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.